Hello, everybody, and welcome to another video of Green Square Talks Battlebots. Co-hosting, as usual, we got Pory Nog and Civilian Arc. Be sure to check out their YouTube channels, as both of them post lots of awesome stuff. How are you both doing today?
How you doing, Civilian Arc?
Yeah.
I'm doing fine. It's 2 hours until I'm officially 17, so that's cool.
Ooh.
Really? I thought you were older.
No, I am not older.
I mean, not like significantly older. I thought you were like 18 or 19.
No, it's my voice. My voice is very deep for some reason.
Yeah, I had like a girl voice when I was like 17. I like didn't. My voice didn't crack till I was like 20.
You should hear me when I'm tired. I sound like a freaking monster.
So, how are you doing, Pory?
Huh? What?
Did we just lose Pory?
No, I don't
Did
think.
you?
Oh,
No, we got him.
Stinger.
Yeah, we got him.
Okay. Well, basically in this video, we'll be talking about the upcoming bounties. As Battlebots revealed the last two Bounty Hunter episodes, we'll be talking about the Witch Doctor bounty first, which will be coming out March 11th as of right now, as plans could change, as we know the beta bounty got delayed at one point. And then there will also be the Son of Waiachi bounty, which I'll show that one in a moment or two. Where that one will be coming out the following week, March 18th, I believe, on Discovery Plus. So if you haven't watched one of the last two videos, pretty much what we will be doing here is we'll be voting on the outcome of each one of the matchups up until we get to the bounty fight, where the winner of the 8-bot bracket here will take on Witch Doctor. We'll pick that one as well, decide what we think about a lot of that stuff, and there'll be lots of fun. So let's go ahead and discuss this bracket first, but we won't predict on the matchups first. We'll just briefly talk about each one of the bots that are appearing and stuff. So here on this one, where the winner will get a chance to take on Witch Doctor and hope to take home a $25,000 grand prize. We get to see the winner. We get to see return of several top 32 bots. We got Valkyrie, Malice, Huge, and Sub Zero, all bots who have the potential to take it. We could very well see Extinguisher, Tracer, Slapbox, and Pain Train, where it's exciting to get to see all four of them return once again. I think this is Tracer's second bounty, if I remember right.
It is, yeah.
Yeah. Glad to see all four of them back, as we've seen lots of entertaining fights out of all of them. This one could very well be anyone's game here.
Yeah.
Including fun fact, a dream matchup of mine is Witch Doctor and Huge. I hope we'll get that one, but I won't be heartbroken if we don't. So yeah, anything else you two want to say before I introduce the other bounty?
I'm excited for it because I don't know the results of this one, so it's cool.
Witch Doctor is a witch.
But yeah, probably out of all the bounties, this is probably one of the bounties I'm most looking forward to, as we see several elite machines here. We'll see lots of great fights out of this. Then next up, we got the other bounty. We got the Son of Waiachi bounty, which, as I said, will be coming out on March 18th on Discovery Plus. As of right now, as plans could very well change here. There have been some spoilers involved with this one, but we're not going to reveal any of those, as we're nice people. Well, most of us are and stuff.
Who's the
Yeah, which one of us are you referring to?
Yeah.
I think he knows who he is.
Who's he?
The one without the dog on his lap.
Oh. Yeah, I got a dog.
I have two dogs. I have two dogs and a cat.
Yeah, but is your dog on your lap?
No, she's too big.
My dog's big.
That does not look like a big dog.
She's a chihuahua. That's a big chihuahua.
I have a big chihuahua too.
This big though?
Yeah.
How much does your chihuahua weigh?
I don't know. I'm not a veterinarian.
Yeah, but you still probably weighed your dog before.
Jeez, I'm curious how we got from that to dogs.
Do you have a banana for scale? Like the banana next to the dog. Like
So as you can see, we like to have fun here. Yeah, if I wasn't at college, I have 2 cats here, which they're both super friendly and stuff. So as for this bounty here, we get to see a return of several other elite bots. We got Kraken, and who's returning for their second bounty here, as they were in the last set. Gigabyte's in it, Copperhead, Perfect Phoenix. Big deal, though I definitely consider them to be a great bot. Get to see the return of fan favorite Rusty once again. Grabai and Kronos. It's awfully nice to get to see those two again, and I expect we'll see great
Kronos.
shows from all of them and such. So pretty much how this will work is I will go to a separate document where I have 2 brackets set up, and pretty much we'll simply discuss each one of the matchups and we'll vote on the outcome, similar to what Civilian Arc and I did last time. So let's go ahead and begin. You guys can see the brackets, right?
Yep.
All right, perfect.
Well, there's a warning sign on Slapbox.
Wait, how are you gonna say your dog is too big to sit on your lap and then like
Ooh, interesting.
20 seconds later be like, I have a chihuahua? Like
What dog are we
that.
talking about? What dog are we talking about right now?
I don't discriminate.
Because I have a Jack Russell Chihuahua. I have a Jack Russell Chihuahua mix, and then I have
Actually that's what this one is. She's a Jack Russell Chihuahua mix.
and then I have an actual Jack Russell, like full bred.
Oh, okay, cool.
All right,
Yeah, actually, that's
Slapbox
literally
issue
the
is now
mix she is.
fixed while Civilian Arc and Pory talk about dogs.
Yeah, this is a dog review now. This is
My
Daisy.
cat beat up my dog once, and it was the most hilarious
What we
thing
do
ever.
during the
Jack
off
Russell
season is we talk
Chihuahua
about
mix.
dogs. That's what
We
we're
talk
going to
about
do on these
dogs
podcasts.
We talk about dogs and anime.
As you can see, she's very confused, very majestic.
But how fun. Let's make sure the other works and stuff. Yep. All right. So we'll just go from the top of the table and we'll lead it off with Valkyrie and Extinguisher. So we have seen previews of the bounties, which it's fair game to talk about the previews for the bounties. But as for like other spoilers that we've already seen, we won't reveal any of those.
Yeah, basically what I'm thinking is, even though we know the results of the one bounty, thank you Discovery, we're gonna basically we're gonna pretend we didn't see that, and we're gonna go off of what we think would happen normally.
Yep.
Yeah.
If we didn't know the results.
And if you choose to comment one of those spoilers, I will delete it as soon as I see it, as I do have the ability to delete comments, as I have deleted a few comments before. So don't try me. All right, so at the top of the table, we got Valkyrie and Extinguisher. I was with Valkyrie. We saw them in the most recent episode of Battlebots sadly fall to Whiplash a second time. But they got 3 great wins over like Tantrum, Rotator, and Sub Zero, some of them better than others, and so on. And then their opponent is Extinguisher, where they managed to get a win over Gruff, but then losses to Perfect Phoenix and Gigabyte. We've already seen from the bounty previews, the Extinguisher has their vertical spinner configuration for this one, which I'm honestly looking forward to, because I'm hoping we get to, because I want to give that vertical spinner another chance, because even though I didn't explain this at all on the podcast, because I didn't know this at the moment, basically what happened in the Gruff battle, because I'm assuming you noticed that Extinguisher's vertical spinner wasn't working at one point.
Yeah.
If you don't know, the reason why their vertical spinner wasn't working is because when they had to separate Gruff and Extinguisher from each other, the crew accidentally snapped the drive belt, or not the drive belt, the weapon belt on Extinguisher's vertical spinner, and resulting in their weapon not working for the rest of the battle. So this one honestly could be a tougher one to vote on than most of us might expect here, because we haven't really seen the vertical spinner like in full action and stuff so far. Whereas we didn't get a lot of action out of it in the battle with Gruff, and I'm hoping we'll get to see a lot out of it in this battle with Valkyrie. So what do you guys think about this one?
It should be a fun fight. I want Extinguisher to succeed. I really, really do. I feel like they have a few little things that they could work on where they could be truly like a contender for the top 32. But I'm not sure. Valkyrie is going to be a hard fight for them, though, because Valkyrie is a freaking beast. But hopefully it goes in their favor. But I'm leaning towards Valkyrie with this one.
Pory's dog is distracting me.
He does that.
It's a great dog.
Yeah.
Good
The thing about Extinguisher is that we don't have much to go off of with the spinner. Like, it gave like a semi-good shot to Gruff in the fight, but that was about it. So I don't know what conclusion I can make about the spinner. And we've seen Valkyrie do so much this season that like it's kind of just sad that I have to make a decision like this because I want to see Extinguisher win.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, John Flack.
I feel like what's gonna happen here is I bet we'll see a good start out of Extinguisher or out of here. Is I feel like they're gonna get some nice shots on Valkyrie. Of course, though, I could very much be wrong. Like what Civilian Arc said, we don't know exactly a lot about like what that vertical spinner can do, which could make predicting this part tough. And why we could very easily see Extinguisher pull off a victory here just because of the little knowledge we know about the vertical spinner. But what I feel like is going to happen is, yeah, based off of along with what I said, I feel like Valkyrie would like eventually take over and potentially get to wheels on Extinguisher, similar to what Gigabyte was able to do when they took on Extinguisher here. And yeah, I'm leaning towards Valkyrie, but Extinguisher is definitely a great design. I would love to see it pull off an upset here and advance to the second round.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys ready to vote on this one?
Yep.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to take Valkyrie for this one.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna do Valkyrie too. I'm sorry, Extinguisher.
Yeah, I'm going Valkyrie.
Moving on is Valkyrie. Next up, we got Sub Zero and Pain Train. Sub Zero made the round of 32 this season after going 2-1 in the regular season with victories over Grabot and Sporkanok, but then a loss to Jackpot in their season opener. They went to the round of 32 where they took on Valkyrie and took a rather brutal defeat in that one here. Their opponent is Pain Train, where we've seen 2 fights out of them that I know of so far. Yeah, we saw a loss to Slammo, but then got a victory over Smee here. They're going to take on Sub Zero here, which could be an oddly interesting fight. So, what do you guys think about this one? Awkward silence.
Oh, he's.
Oh,
he's
we lost Civilian
silent,
Arc
that's why.
again.
Yeah,
Sounds like Zoom is censoring him again.
he was given the analysis of the decade, and they just
Yep.
decided no.
So basically what I think is going to happen here, I think Pain Train is going to go flying at least a few times in this one. Because one thing Pain Train has definitely had quite a bit of trouble with this season, they had trouble with it against Slammo, they had trouble with it against Smee, is winning the ground game. That is definitely a major advantage that Sub Zero would have in this one, especially if they're able to get underneath Pain Train and such, keep that front towards Pain Train, as I think they got serious advantage that way. But then, of course, a simple driving mistake, and if Pain Train gets to like the sides of Sub Zero, Pain Train could do some serious damage to Sub Zero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Oh,
He's
he's back.
Yeah.
Zoom stopped censoring
I feel like Sub Zero is definitely gonna get some good flips in, but I don't know. Something tells me it's gonna randomly die.
I think Sub Zero is going to dominate this fight.
I think so too, but I still think it's gonna die.
This is a fight. This is another type of fight where we're going against a bot that we do know much about, but is kind of unproven. This is a lot like when me and Green predicted Fusion versus Rampage. This is like a fight where we're having a bot that's 2-1, but has had kind of like gimme fights, and then we have a bot where we don't know much about.
Well, at least we saw Pain Train fights. Like
Yeah.
we didn't see a single Rampage fight up until that, and we still haven't seen Rampage versus Black Widow. So like anyone's guess is.
Yeah, this one could definitely be a tough one to call. This one could definitely go in the opposite way we were hoping for. I would show off Pain Train swag if that stuff has arrived yet. Sadly, it hasn't, but that's completely okay and stuff because it's still fun to discuss about of these two teams and such. So, you guys ready to vote on this one?
Yeah.
Mm.
I'll go first this time. I'm gonna go with Sub Zero by Uda. I know Sub Zero isn't that reliable, but I think it can just speed run out of the arena on Pain Train.
I'm gonna go Pain Train by TKO.
Ooh, split decision here. I don't know. Should I grab the coin? No.
No, you shouldn't. You shouldn't.
Nah. So, as of what I think, I bet Pain Train does get some nice shots on Sub Zero, but I think I'm gonna go along with Civilian Arc here. I think Sub Zero is gonna flip that Pain Train out of the arena. As I feel like Pain Train is like the perfect size for Sub Zero to do that, but Sub Zero is definitely not gonna get out of that one unscathed. As we've seen some of the damage that drum spinner is very much capable of and such. Like, yeah, Pain Train's definitely a great team. Got a great bot here, great design, and so it should be an exciting battle. We'll hear whether they win or lose. All right, next up we got Malice and Tracer here. Now, as Malice has managed to succeed with a 2-1 record in the regular season, and with wins over Axe Backwards and a potentially controversial victory over Shatter, but then a loss to Mad Catter. They ended up making the top 32, where they ran to Gigabyte and sadly did not get past them. Their opponent is Tracer here, whom we saw in a previous bounty here, where they lost a P1 in a judge's decision, and I believe it was the Ice Wave bounty.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah.
and then the regular season they went 1-2 with a win over who was it? Bale Spear, but then losses to Hijinks and
Deadlift, I
yep,
think. Wait, no,
Ribot.
Ribot.
Nope. 2020 champion Ribot.
Yep. The 2020 champion Ribot, who lost to Black Dragon.
Yeah, now he knows.
Yeah.
All right. So what do you guys think about this battle here? So this one could be interesting.
I still, I don't know.
I bet Malice goes with Big Red for their spinner for this one, and I bet Malice will just go head on here, or just go weapon on weapon with Tracer, try to break them or something like that. As I feel like that's the strategy they might try to go with. Maybe go for the sides of the backside. Who knows? But this should still be a fun fight to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's pretty much because I mean, in addition to Tracer's other design flaws, like from what I've heard, that spinner doesn't spin that fast. Like even for the size it is, like it's a moderately slow spinner compared to the rest of the field. So Malice could probably do like weapon on weapon impact with no problem. Maybe unless they get like distracted by Winston or something, then
Without a doubt.
Is the mini bots?
What?
Is the mini bot's name actually Winston?
No.
Yes.
No, that's what me and my friends call it. Its name is Needle.
Oh.
But we call it Winston.
Because of Overwatch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still feel like this will be a fun fight, as Malice always finds a way to impress in each one of their battles here, and this is another key example of one that I bet will be incredibly entertaining to watch. And so, you guys ready to vote on this one?
Yeah. I'll go first. I'm gonna go Malice by KO. Sorry, not sorry, Tracer. You have the name of an Overwatch character, so I hate you. Hashtag TF2 is better.
Wow.
You don't like Overwatch? I've never played Overwatch or TF2.
TF2 is better.
Are they first-person shooters or what are they?
Yes,
TF2. I know for sure is a first-person shooter. I've never played Overwatch.
I know I have a big shelf of video games behind me, but I'm not familiar with a lot of modern games.
Not a problem.
But I also vote for Malice by KO.
I'm going to support Malice as well by voting them for this one and into the next round. All right, next up, we got Huge and Slapbox. Definitely one bot I would want to see again that we get to see in this bounty is Huge. Huge definitely had a rough regular season. Started off with losses to Mammoth and a controversial loss to Hydra. Then managed to bounce back by getting a spectacular win over Kraken, but then ran into Whiplash in the top 32, and that's where their season ended. And for them, as for their run towards the Giant Nut. Their opponent here is Slapbox, whom, as of what we know, has only gotten two fights in the regular season here, where they managed to start off with a loss to Tombstone, but then got a victory over Sharko here. So I feel like what Slapbox is going to try to do here is a similar strategy to what Jasper did. Maybe try to get one of the lifting forks right in the wheels of Huge, and potentially if they come with the flamethrower once again, use that, maybe try to burn up Huge. I feel like that would be a reasonable strategy for them. But
yeah,
what do you guys think?
I think that's what they're going to try to do, but that's going to be hard to actually do.
Yeah, I think Slapbox could do it, maybe.
But it's a long shot still, I think.
Yeah, but you never know with Battlebots at this point. I mean, we've lost the 2 seed, 3 seed, and 4 seed in the first 2 rounds of the postseason. So,
I mean, we lost the 4 seed to the 2020 champion. We lost the 2 seed to who you think is going to be the 2020 champ.
Exactly. So yeah.
Except the 5 seed is going to be the 2020 champion.
But that's not the 5 seed.
Tantrum's not the 5 seed. Green. I'm not sure what we're.
Oh man.
I'm not sure.
But yeah, back to this battle. I think this is probably going to be a really tough one for Slapbox here. Is Huge just has such a major design advantage in this case here. Slapbox, I feel like they would just struggle to really hurt Huge and be able to control this battle without the vertical bar spinner coming in and knocking off wheels and simply destroying Slapbox. I feel like Slapbox could last a while, knowing how well they were able to take the punishment at first when they took on Tombstone and such. I could see this battle go the full 3 minutes. But I feel like this one is probably going to be dominated by Huge, at least in my opinion.
Yeah.
Of course, though, you never know, as Slapbox might have a serious surprise for us coming for this one, and they could completely change what I just said.
Yeah.
So, anything else from you two, or should we vote in this one?
I'm ready to vote.
Good vote.
All right. Pory, you go first this time.
Yeah, I'm going to vote for Huge by KO. He's going to be much like the guy in Overwatch, and he's going to destroy Slapbox, probably. I don't know. I'm trying to make an Overwatch reference to make Civilian Arc angry, but I don't think it's working.
No, I don't. I'm not paying attention to Overwatch anymore.
All right. Well, I'm going to vote Huge as well. I think they'll win, but in a judge's decision.
Yeah, it's fair. Civilian Arc doesn't even get the vote.
Yeah, you don't want to hear my vote.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to hear your vote.
Well, he's going to vote Tantrum. That's what he's going to do.
Slapbox by split decision that people hate. I think it's going to be a judge's decision that people get angry about, is what I think.
Wow. Nice. Okay, I like your
interesting.
Ambition.
Yeah, I completely respect that. All right, so now we got the second round here, and just reminder that these are not legit. These are just our predictions. This isn't the real thing, at least that we know of, as we haven't seen this bounty and stuff. So we'll start off with the second round with Valkyrie and Sub Zero, a rematch from the previous from a rematch, not from the previous season, from this season, the top 32 here, where Valkyrie managed to dismantle Sub Zero and win that battle by knockout. So, if these two rematched this season, what do you think these two bots would each do differently in this matchup compared to their previous one?
Probably nothing. I think Sub Zero did the best it could against Valkyrie, and I think doing what they did again will be their best shot to winning. I think maybe practicing their driving a bit more to see if they can do what they did to Valkyrie, try and get it out of the arena again will be their best shot.
Yeah. That's pretty much it. It's just like drive a little better and hope for the best.
Yeah. Because Sub Zero was close.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I feel like Valkyrie is going to have more or less the same exact strategy. Just get that weapon up to speed and go in there and just destroy stuff. Sub Zero, I feel like they're either going to do the same thing, or they're gonna throw that armor at the front of their bot and potentially try to use that flipper more. Potentially one of those two strategies. I feel like the strategy they used last time is probably more possible, but you never know what could happen. I don't know what Sub Zero or what that team would be, what that team is considering if they got a rematch with Valkyrie or another big spinner like Valkyrie here. But yeah, it'll definitely be a driving match here. Could even be check out to see has both team how have both teams learned from the mistakes that they each made in their first meeting, because there's stuff that each team can learn from, whether they won or lost and stuff. How well did they learn from stuff like that? It'll be a test of all of that in this situation once again.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like what's going to happen here is either Valkyrie's going to destroy Sub Zero again, or Sub Zero potentially gets Valkyrie out of the arena, or Valkyrie's spinner breaks and Sub Zero manages to control that fight that way. Because I'm pretty sure if Valkyrie's spinner breaks, I think Sub Zero has the better push power and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So any other thoughts on this battle?
No, I think it's gonna probably go similar to how the first one went.
Yeah. So should we vote on this one then?
Yeah. I'll go first. I'm actually gonna go Sub Zero by Uda. I think Sub Zero can pull off a revenge tactic on Valkyrie, get it out of the arena like it almost did.
So your prediction is 2 out of the arenas by Sub Zero. Well, at least 2.
Yeah.
Wow.
What do you think, Pory?
No, I definitely think Valkyrie is gonna overwatch over Sub Zero and just like KO him. I feel like they're gonna. I don't know any Overwatch references.
Yeah, thank God.
They're gonna kill Sub Zero.
But yeah, Valkyrie. As for this one, I think Valkyrie is gonna win it once again, and here. But I'm gonna go by judge's decision this time. As I bet Sub Zero will last the full 3 minutes, but will lose in a unanimous decision here. But I feel like it's gonna be much closer and a lot more entertaining than their previous face-off if these two end up meeting again.
Yeah.
So on to the next battle, the second battle of the second round here. Next up, we got Malice and Huge here. This one honestly could be an interesting one. I feel like this one honestly could go either way here. Now, on one hand, I feel like Malice could go with like Purple Pain to add some extra top armor here. For the strategy, I feel like Huge is going to go with, which I'll talk about in a moment here. Valkyrie will probably be trying to chew up the wheels, try and destroy the wheels piece by piece and stuff, and try to render Huge immobile that way. But on the other hand, like Huge, if they if they spin their weapon downwards, kind of like what they did against Whiplash, they could potentially like go weapon on weapon with Malice, but then that would result in them like going up in the air and like landing a hit right on the top of Malice, which is not exactly what Malice wants and stuff.
Yeah.
So this one really could go either way and stuff, and could be one of the toughest ones to call in this podcast here. So what do you two think?
I want Malice to win, but it's going to be a hard one for them. I think Purple Pain is ideal for that because, like you said, added top armor. And I feel like Purple Pain probably would be able to get a better bite on Huge than Big Red because Big Red just has like the one tooth, and Purple Pain kind of has like the teeth that are sticking out. I don't know if that makes sense, but
Yeah.
I feel like that would have a better shot of damaging Huge's wheels and stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, this would definitely be a fight I would be highly looking forward to in this bounty if it comes up here, as you never know what could happen in one of these, as we've seen some upsets happen in the past 4 bounties. We could easily see a few happen in this one.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So yeah, anything else you guys got on this one, or should we vote?
I'm ready to vote.
I'm ready.
I'll start us off. I'm going to go with the upset for Malice.
Oh.
KO.
I'm going to go Malice by judge's decision.
I think I'm going to pick Malice by judge's decision as well. I think it'll be close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, I need those fantasy points. So,
Yeah, I suppose that's true. So now we got for the final, which is between 2 of my fantasy teams, by the way. So
yeah, they're both on mine too. Yep.
Yep, Valkyrie and Malice here, 2 battle horizontal spinners, which could be very interesting and stuff. So yeah, I'm not sure how this fight would go. I feel like Malice would probably go with Big Red once again, and because they probably don't need the top armor for this one. But of course, you never know, and stuff, as you never know what the other team's thoughts could be behind this one. And so I feel like this one's probably just going to be whoever can win like the head-on exchanges, because I bet we would see a lot of head-on exchanges here, or unless if somebody manages to get to the sides or the wheels of the other bot and stuff. But thoughts on this one from you two?
What do you think, Civilian Arc?
I think this comes down to multiple factors. For weapon reliability and speed / driving. And I think all categories are like edged out slightly, in my opinion. I think between Malice's weapon reliability and Valkyrie's weapon reliability, I think Valkyrie can take a bit more of a hit than Malice can.
Yeah.
But then again, Malice could still do some damage to that like front piece of Valkyrie and just send some parts flying. Because Valkyrie's just gonna hit Malice's weapon. Malice is gonna hit like the weapon and the like very tip of Valkyrie's front.
Yeah.
Very much so. Any other thoughts, or should we vote in this one?
Vote.
All right, what do you guys think?
Valkyrie by judge's decision.
I think I'm going to agree with you, Pory. I think I'm going to choose Valkyrie by judge's decision.
Yeah, I was going to say Valkyrie by knockout.
All right. Well, we got Valkyrie. Moving on, where we have the bounty face-off between Witch Doctor and Valkyrie. So here for this bounty final, Valkyrie and Uppercut. That would be a fun fight to watch. I think I would find that very enjoyable. Feel like both bots have given us lots of entertainment throughout the years. I think this would be a first meeting for them, at least in Battlebots, since I don't think they've met in Battlebots so far, or
I
potentially
don't think
outside of
so.
competition or something like that. It's possible, but either way, though, this should be a great one if this happens to be the bounty face-off here. So feel like Valkyrie's probably just going to be trying to get that spinner at full speed, keep it spinning, and try to attack Witch Doctor, dish out as much damage as they can. Well, Witch Doctor's probably going to be trying to do the same thing to Valkyrie and stuff. And
Yeah.
what this
Yeah.
fight might just come down to is who can last the longest. It's who can avoid breaking early in this one, as that could very well determine this one. So, what do you two think?
I want Valkyrie to win so bad.
Is that your analysis?
What?
Is that your analysis?
Yeah, they're gonna have a hard time doing it. Like, Witch Doctor is not exactly like, Witch Doctor is not exactly a robot I would throw a horizontal spinner at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, as Witch Doctor, I feel like they're probably gonna have a similar strategy to probably Tombstone and like Gigabyte, Captain Shredder as well. They're probably just gonna try to box rush Valkyrie. I think they have a front armor configuration for horizontal spinners, which could give them a serious advantage in this one. And so
Yeah.
it very well
Yeah.
could just come down to the durability of Valkyrie's weapon. Because while it's spinning, I feel like they could have an edge here, while Witch Doctor could easily take control of it, control the fight. Basically, my way of saying that I could very well be wrong about that. But
Yeah.
if Valkyrie's spinner dies, I think it's all over for them. But like if Witch Doctor's spinner falls and they have like the plow there, they could probably still push Valkyrie around and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think, Civilian?
I think that this fight could actually go either way, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Either Valkyrie could break Doctor's weapon.
Feels like you're a little fuzzy,
Doctor
Civilian.
could break Valkyrie's weapon. Like, I
Except
think
for
no matter what,
robot.
one of the weapons. Me? Wait, hold on.
Hey,
It
looks like you're back.
Am I good? Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right, so this fight could go either way. Either bot's weapon could break in this exchange, and whoever breaks first, I think, will lose. Now, I do think this fight will be a matter of reliability, and I have a feeling that I know which bot is more reliable, and I know a lot of people will disagree with me on this. I actually think Valkyrie is more reliable than Witch Doctor.
I can actually agree with that, honestly.
Okay. Yeah.
Both bots have had their
sure.
moments of reliable and unreliable, so I completely agree with you on that.
Yeah, you're probably right about that.
Pretty much what Civilian Arc and I have said. That's very much what one of these battles could come down to here. So, you guys ready to vote in this one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Who's first?
I'll lead the charge and go Valkyrie gang.
Wow, I thought Witch Doctor was your favorite robot.
Witch Doctor is my fourth favorite robot. Well, my fourth, third, and second favorite switch around a lot. It's like Yeti, Endgame, and Witch Doctor. They switch places a lot.
Valkyrie and Witch
And
Doctor
Stinger's number one.
Valkyrie and Witch
Yeah,
Doctor are both part of my top 5 favorite robots.
Stinger's always going to be my number one, no matter what.
Stinger come back.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, this is a hard one. Another thing to note, Witch Doctor has never been like the low bot. They don't do the wedgelets. They don't try to be like to the ground. But that might hurt. That might be a tough matchup for them since Valkyrie is an undercutter.
Yeah, very much.
It could like get to the two wedges easier.
Yeah. Well, they'd probably use like the big plow wedge that they used against like Tombstone and stuff.
Yeah.
But even then, I feel like Valkyrie might be able to wing it. But I'm gonna say Valkyrie, and I want it to be Valkyrie.
Yeah, this is so tough to call. This really could go either way. I think this is gonna go to the judges, be a really close decision, and I'm gonna choose Valkyrie for it.
Hey, unanimous decision on Valkyrie. Let's go.
Yep, I'm gonna
I hope
choose.
I hope that's true. I'm hoping
I don't know. I'll increase the size.
to cover a witch doctor by witch doctor.
There we go. So here we go. We got our bounty winner here, covering up the loser of the bounty final here. In our opinion, we are thinking right now that Valkyrie will take this one, at least as for us voting and stuff. But yeah, this should be a very exciting bounty. As you could tell through some of our votes, there are quite a few matchups that we are quite uncertain with, which means that this will be an excellent bounty. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to this appearing on Discovery Plus, us and so on, but and such. So yeah, this one will appear on March 11th, and which is less than a week away from now, and following that will be the Waiachi bounty, which will come out a week later. So now let's get to that bounty, where we will lead it off with Kraken and Rusty here to top it off. So Kraken, and they went 1-2 in the regular season, but with one of the hardest schedules here, to where you can't really blame them at least that much and so on. Like their losses were to Black Dragon, huge, but then they managed to win against Witch Doctor, the runner-up from last season. They managed to make the top 30.
It performed pretty well against Black Dragon and Huge. I mean, it performed well. It held up its own.
Oh yeah, definitely is. Yeah, it went the full 3 minutes with all of those top 16 bots. Then they ran into Sawblaze in the top 32. Even though they lost to them, they managed to survive the full 3 minutes. And yeah, Kraken's had a very impressive season, and during this one, their opponent is the fan favorite Rusty, went 1-2 in the regular season with a win over Sporknock, but on losses to Beta and Sawblaze here. And so this one, you might be thinking it might be extremely one-sided, like towards Kraken, as that's what potentially some viewers might be thinking by this. But to anybody who thinks that, I disagree with you on that. Because here's the thing, though. Even though Kraken has pulled off the impossible and managed to get a bite on Huge's weapon when those two fought, Kraken, I don't feel like they could really get an effective bite on Rusty while they're like right side up like that. I feel like Rusty is too big or too tall for Kraken to be able to get an effective hold on. So I feel like if Kraken was to get a bite, I think they would need Rusty to get on its side or something like that and like bite right on the top area like that. So I think that'll be the best place for like Kraken to get like an effective hold on Rusty.
I see that biting like the arm thing.
Or that as well. That would be another option. Kraken has definitely been a magnet for the opponent's weapon, so that could definitely happen here. But then Rusty, on the other hand, if they go head on with Kraken, I personally think they're probably screwed, as I don't think they can get an effective shot with their weapon. But if they were to like get into a position where they could strike like one of the wheels areas, something like that, that would probably be their big target place here for when these two fight. So what do you guys think about this matchup?
I just had the funniest idea ever.
Yeah.
Imagine if Kraken bites down on Rusty's arm, Rusty lifts the arm and suplexes Kraken.
Slam or Sharko and Slapbox repeat basically, but 2 different bots. Oh, that would be
Yeah.
funny.
I hope.
Oh,
One can
man.
only dream.
Yeah, sadly, one can only dream. What do you think, Pory?
It's gonna be a tough call. The thing with Rusty is like, yeah, it's a robot made in like a barn or whatever, but like it is an agile robot. I mean, it's not like, slow and sluggish. Like it's a fast robot for what it is.
Like it works a lot.
It works, yeah, it functions. I mean, if I built a robot, Rusty would probably kick its ass. So like, credit where credit's due. I mean, Kraken's had a good season so far. I mean, what they've had 3 wins this season total, counting the other bounty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel it's gonna go one of 2 ways. Kraken's gonna grab like the arm of Rusty and just control the whole fight, or it's gonna be like that fight it had with Chomp in 2018, where like you just grabbed Chomp's arm and then just like flipped itself and lost.
Luckily, though, they can self-right this time if that was to happen.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's gonna be more of the former. I think it's just gonna be Kraken pushing Rusty around. It's probably not gonna be that miraculous of a fight either.
Yeah, as I would be kind of thinking something like Kraken and Smee, where Kraken was just really struggling in that battle just to get a hold of somebody. Or get
Smee should have won that.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that was Smee's in my opinion. I think Claw Viper should have won the decision against Kraken also.
Yeah, that one's close. I supported the decision, but you could definitely make an argument.
Oh yeah.
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 So should we vote in this battle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, my vote is Kraken, and for this one. So who's next?
Well, since it's already 2-0 for Kraken, I'll just make this fun and say Kraken by split decision because I'm voting Rusty.
Ooh.
For no particular reason whatsoever.
All right, next up, we got a rematch from 2019. We got Copperhead and Kronos. So Copperhead, who is Civilian Arc's first predicted champion,
nope, never will.
Managed to get 3 wins in the regular season. Managed to get wins over Gigabyte, P1, and Black Dragon. Then went into the top 32, where they fell to Mammoth and a potentially controversial judge's decision. Their opponent here is Kronos, who's got losses to both P1 and Bloodsport here. These 2 fought and in a fight that had one of the biggest hits of the season in 2019, as we saw one massive weapon-on-weapon shot that sent Kronos across the arena. But then Copperhead didn't really get anything better out of that exchange because our drum spinner eventually fell out and Copperhead was done from there. So Kronos won it by knockout, and Copperhead is after a little revenge here. So thoughts on this one from you two? Awkward silence.
Well, yeah. See, Copperhead's had quite a glow up on the off season. That's why Civilian Arc thought he was going to win. But
I never thought he was going to win. When did I say that?
Anyways,
I said Tantrum was going to win.
Sure. But like,
we'll have to rewatch the podcast of the bracket predictions after this, just to prove Civilian Arc wrong.
Yeah, let's rewatch episode 10 podcast while we do that.
Yeah. But yeah, so I feel Copperhead kind of had the advantage in the last fight too. It's just that hit happened to, basically I want to say it split its frame when it hit Kronos, and that's what kind of did it in. But also this Copperhead is a lot stronger. So I don't know. And this Kronos hasn't really gotten a chance to prove its worth. Like it had an untelevised fight and it had like a lost a blood sport where it didn't really do much. So there's not really much merit behind it, but I feel like Copperhead could probably get its revenge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm kind of leaning the same way, as I feel like Kronos will probably get sent flying in this one. And once again, just like last time, as I know that's what Zach Goff and Copperhead are very well known for now, knowing they were able to do that to Son of Waiachi in 2016, and then Kronos and Son of Waiachi in last season. So I feel like we might see that once again in this battle. So I like the advantage Copperhead has, like in both ground game, and they definitely have the advantage in weapon power too, as I haven't really seen much out of that spinner of Kronos so far. So
Yeah.
I'm definitely leaning towards Copperhead, but Kronos could very well pull off a major surprise here.
Yeah.
I hope. I love Kronos.
Y'all ready to vote?
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll lead it off by voting Copperhead.
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 All right.
Our projected winner of the
Nah,
season. Yeah.
never predicted it to win. Never have, never will. Tantrum gang for life, baby.
Thought it was Witch Doctor Gang.
What?
Next up, we got Gigabyte and Grabot here. Now, Gigabyte, they were in the most recent episode of Battlebots where they fell to Hydra in the round of 16. But then overall, they've had a great season. They might have started off with a loss overhead, but then they bounced back with wins over Extinguisher and Claw Viper, and then got a win over Malice in the round of 32 here. Their opponent is Grabot, who went 0-2 in the regular season with losses to both Sub Zero and Beta. They now have another major challenge in the form of Gigabyte here. I'd be really worried if I was Grabot here. Now, as Grabot has many juicy areas right on there that Gigabyte could very well be trying to target. There are those exposed wheels, the backside, even the wedge, which Gigabyte could very well take chunks out of. Grabot's probably going to be trying to box rush, but I think if they're unsuccessful at the beginning of the batch to box rush Gigabyte, I think they're screwed, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like I don't want to like say mean spirited things about people's robots, but like I'm sorry, I don't outside of a TKO, I don't see Grabot beating anything, let alone something as fierce as Gigabyte.
Yeah, nothing wrong with Grabot here. I think it's a great design. We love seeing lots of really unique bots, and yeah, Grabot is definitely a great example of a unique bot here in the competitive field. And it's been an amazing bot to see on the show this year. They got a few televised fights that have been quite entertaining, quite fun to watch, and such. And I bet we'd see another good showing out of them, win or lose, in this one.
Yeah.
You guys got anything else, or should we vote in this one?
You can vote.
I'm gonna pick Gigabyte for this one.
Gigabyte.
I had a dream about a fight like this once, where Gigabyte would fight Grabot, and Gigabyte would start murdering Grabot, and then John Maladnik would die of laughter, and then the ref would count. The ref would count Gigabyte out because John Maladnik wasn't moving Gigabyte at all.
Wow.
And then I gotta wear the bear costume on the podcast.
Oh gosh. Wow. You muted yourself, civilian.
He muted himself and he's
I don't want to know what's going on. Internet froze or something. Whatever. So for the next matchup, we got Perfect Phoenix and Big Dill. Perfect Phoenix went 2-1 in the regular season, wins over Extinguisher and M94, but then lost to Scorpios. Their opponent is Big Dill, who got a win over M94, but then losses to both Lockjaw and Rotator. Of course, though, Pory Nog and Civilian Art got something funny to laugh about back there. I don't want to ask. I even want to ask what the heck is going on over there.
Nothing. We're just thinking about the fight.
Yep, we're thinking about a big deal.
Fair enough. So, what do you two each think about this fight, other than laughter?
Okay, so this could go one of two ways. Either Perfect Phoenix like does severe damage to Big Dill, or the other way, Big Dill flips Perfect Phoenix, because I don't think it can self-right. That's my worry. If Big Dill can get like a flip in, it's game over. But if they don't get a flip in, I think they're losing this fight.
Yeah, definitely. You got thoughts, Civilian?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm good. Well, we got Big Deal here, and Perfect Phoenix, led by an 8-year-old child.
11-year-old.
Not 8-year-old. What are you talking about?
Oh, 11-year-old. See, this is what Big Deal's other name does to me. Yeah, but this fight will go down to which can get the first hit in. If Big Deal can lift Perfect Phoenix, or if Perfect Phoenix can get a hit on Big Deal. So yeah.
Yeah, kind of like how I kind of see this one. I think if Big Dill can keep their front towards Perfect Phoenix, they have a major advantage, both because they'll probably use like a similar armor configuration what they had against Rotator, which I feel like would be very effective for a bot like Perfect Phoenix. And we could potentially see them get a flip on Perfect Phoenix, like what Pory said. And like, we're not sure if Perfect Phoenix can self-right. That could very well be their kryptonite if Tyler isn't careful here. On the other hand, though, if Tyler like gets to the sides of the back side of Big Dill, because he very well could, because Tyler is an excellent driver. Tyler could very easily take this one, and Perfect Phoenix could easily be the one we see in the next round.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Any other thoughts on this one?
No, I mean,
Big Deal's other name.
And what is that?
Is it podcast appropriate?
Sure. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Sure, I'd say.
Big Dick.
Gosh. Should we vote on this one while you two keep laughing like crazy?
Yeah.
All right, you two go first.
I'm gonna vote for Perfect Phoenix.
Perfect Phoenix.
I'm gonna make it split. I'm gonna pick Big Dill. I think you two both need to go see a psychiatrist. All right, so on to the second round, where we'll start off right at the top of the tables. We got Kraken and Copperhead here. Here now is Copperhead probably just going to be trying to keep their front towards Kraken. Well, Kraken might try to go for the weapon once again, as we've seen Kraken bite down on every single weapon so far. Well, that I could think of right now. I feel like that'll
Yeah.
probably be the same thing as Kraken. One advantage they might have in this one is how their front is designed. They might be able to scoop up Copperhead right in the middle, because I don't think Copperhead's forks are like crap, what's the opposite of wide? Uh
Narrow.
yeah, aren't narrow enough to where they could avoid that front on Kraken and stuff. And I think that's a serious advantage Kraken might have in this one. But on the other
You know what I
hand,
could see them doing though on the counterpoint that like how they added like the little strip on the bottom when they fought Gigabyte. So when I could see them just putting
Oh,
that
yeah.
on just so
that's true too.
just so Kraken couldn't slide underneath.
That's very much true as well. That'll definitely make it a little less easy for Kraken to get underneath, eat the drum spinner of Copperhead, and manage to land a major bite on them. So
Yeah.
But yeah, this will definitely be a fun fight and stuff. Because one big thing Kraken will have to watch out for is that drum spinner, because that drum spinner is no joke. And I imagine if Kraken's not careful, Matt Spurt could lose more teeth, because we know he had to go do some dental work after that battle with the Black Dragon, if you know what I'm referencing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, any other thoughts on this one, or should we vote on this one?
I think it's just Kraken doesn't have a lot of space to work with to bite down on, because obviously biting down on the drum would be like a terrible idea. But you know, since Copperhead's such a small being, like it's going to be difficult to get a bite in on it.
Definitely. I think we lost you again, Civilian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
So what are you saying there?
Whom?
You?
Oh, I wasn't saying. Did Pory vote yet?
No.
No.
You want to start it off?
No, you guys can go first. No, you know what? I'll go first.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go Kraken for this one.
Ooh, you're
I
going
think
against, you're going against your Battlebots 2020 champion.
Well, that's not my BattleBots 2020 champion, so I'm not sure what we're talking about here.
He's mad. He's mad at Copperhead.
And why would I be mad at Copperhead? Why would I have to be mad at Copperhead?
Because we roasted you.
Well, I'm evening it up. I'm making it 1-1 by voting Copperhead.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely voting Copperhead. I'm Kraken. That'd be a really. I mean, they could do it, sure, because Kraken has proven.
You're welcome, Civilian, for choosing your former Battlebots 2020 champion.
It was never my BattleBots champion.
But with Kraken, like
other podcasts,
because they've proven that they can do upsets, but they can pull upsets, but that's a hard one.
Next up, we got Gigabyte and Perfect Phoenix here. So
rematch.
It would be a rematch because, well, from past design, it'll be the first time these two named designs would fight.
Yeah.
Like, what I'm meaning by that is we've seen Megabyte and Brutality have fought in the past. So, but this will be the first meeting of Gigabyte and Perfect Phoenix, basically, with Brutality under new ownership and Megabyte evolving into Gigabyte here.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one could be an interesting one. Tyler's strategy, I feel like you don't see this often, but I think this would be a time where Perfect Phoenix would try to where a horizontal spinner would try to box rush a full body spinner, not counting Malice and stuff. There's an exception to that, but you don't typically see a horizontal spinner box rush somebody else. I feel like this might be a fight where we might see that happen, because Gigabyte has the full body spinner design where they have a serious advantage over other horizontal spinners, because that cone shaped can really mess up mess up the control and stability part of another horizontal spinner. And I imagine they could give Perfect Phoenix a lot of trouble because of that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, other thoughts from you two?
Well, I feel like I mentioned previously, the fact that Perfect Phoenix is like not invertible, can't self-right as far as I know. That'll play an issue. Plus the fact that Perfect Phoenix is like severely underweight. Like it's like a 80, like
208
a little
pounds,
more than
something like that.
no, it's like a little bit more than 80% of the weight of a heavyweight Battlebot. It's like a 206 pound, I think it is.
Yeah, something like that.
It's a light robot. Like it's just there's not with that makes it more possible for Gigabyte to like slam into it and get a good hit on it and like send it flying. And that's a concern for sure. I mean, it could, in theory, that blade could like mess up Gigabyte's dome as well, though. But I just don't think. I think Tyler has to drive this fight like perfectly, which he is capable of doing because he's an incredible driver. But yeah, that's going to be a tough one.
Definitely.
And its name is Perfect Phoenix.
Yep.
They're perfect. Yes.
Yep.
They're named after a Beyblade, and they're fighting the ultimate Beyblade.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly.
So, any other thoughts from you two, or should we vote on this one?
You vote.
I'm down to vote.
All right. I'll start off by picking Gigabyte.
I'll split it by picking Perfect Phoenix.
Ooh.
I'm gonna say Gigabyte.
Oh.
No, he's going to be saying Perfect Phoenix as his Battlebots 2020 champion.
What?
Okay, so now we got Copperhead and Gigabyte, another rematch from this season of BattleBots here. We got the drum spinner on Copperhead and the full body spinner of Gigabyte here. These two fought earlier in the 2020 season where Gigabyte was facing many issues, like kind of right from the start of that, but they kind of really tuned out a lot of those issues here. So could there be a different outcome on this one just because Gigabyte seems to be fighting at much closer to full strength now? So what do you guys think about this one now, about this rematch?
It's a hard call. Because the reason why Gigabyte had trouble in the last match was that it's the spindle thing like was the one that they got from China that screwed them over in the Tombstone fight from 2 years ago. But for obvious reasons, they went with a different contraption, like a newer one that isn't gonna cause Copperhead to send its dome flying in the air. So this could go either way, really.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely. As I feel like this is gonna be a few minutes of entertaining, but I'm pretty sure this is not gonna go the full 3 minutes because we get two very hard hitters here. And yeah, like what Pory said, tough one to call this will be. As
I mean,
I feel like this one will mostly just come down to kind of like Witch Doctor and Valkyrie, the one we talked about earlier. Which bot breaks down first could be the outcome of this one and such.
Yeah.
So yeah, this will definitely be a tough call here, especially a Gigabyte working at full strength. This one very well could not go in Copperhead's direction as well as it did in the previous time they met, if this was to happen again. So yeah, any other thoughts on this one, or should we vote?
I'm down to vote.
Yeah, we can vote.
All right. Since I know my vote, I'm going to pick Gigabyte. I think Copperhead is going to be winning it at first, but then I think Copperhead's going to be the first one to break down, and I bet Gigabyte wins it by knockout with less than a minute left.
Okay, I think
Yeah.
Copperhead's gonna win because of how much it's shown a lot of damage. I made this joke, but Pory wasn't here to hear it. It did a lot to Gigabyte, it did a lot to Black Dragon. It made P1 switch to Geico because 15 minutes can save you 15% or more in car insurance. And P1 needed some car insurance after Copperhead.
Yeah.
So I'm going Copperhead.
The first time they fought, I bet on Gigabyte, and it blew up in my face. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna bet on Gigabyte again.
Wait, what? The series here, what?
I like Gigabyte. It's a neat robot.
Yeah, it is.
It's a dome.
Not only is it a neat robot, they got a neat fidget spinner too. This
I
is a
want
very
one. We gotta
awesome
get one.
fidget spinner.
I want to do dabs with it.
It's a
Yeah! Woo!
All right, so now we got our heat final or bounty final, which is a full body spinner battle where we got Gigabyte and Sonowayachi. Lots of us have been waiting for a battle between full body spinners. We could have it in this bounty and stuff. I'm hoping for it.
Yeah.
Will we? Who knows? But so yeah, let's quick discuss this one. So in this battle, I feel like Gigabyte might have a similar advantage over Sonowayachi that they had against Perfect Phoenix here, because I feel like Gigabyte has the perfect like full body spinner design to take on a full body spinner like Sonowayachi here. And also, by the way, hey, I hear that Jake Ewer is driving Sonowayachi for this one, and not Reese or not Reese.
Luke.
Yeah, Luke, and not Luke Ewer, like what we've seen like in past seasons and such.
Yeah.
But yeah, this should still be an interesting fight as I know lots of people who've wanted to see like a full body spinner versus full body spinner battle, not counting Kronos and Gigabyte, right, and stuff. But yeah, this would be a battle that would be willing to get it and would be very interesting and stuff. And I hope we get it, because I personally think this fight would be a lot really entertaining. So
Yeah.
what do you guys think
Mhm.
about this one?
Okay. So, Gigabyte. So the thing with Sonowayachi that I've felt for the past like 2 or 3 years, like that thing is fierce. It's terrifying, and I would not want to throw a robot in the arena with it because chances are it's not going to come out alive. But I feel like if you're well equipped enough, you're gonna probably beat it, because like it's the fact that it's not invertible worries me. Like, and I said the same thing with Perfect Phoenix earlier. Like, it's not invertible, and like I mean, it's lost some fights that it could have probably won that way. Like Brutus, it could have beaten Brutus if it was able to self right. And that's my big concern. My big concern is that it's gonna spin, it's gonna hit the side of Gigabyte's dome, it's gonna go up, and it's gonna flip over.
Yeah, but at the
definitely.
same time, a lot of damage could happen to Gigabyte at the same time, and it could
Oh,
flip
yeah.
it also, like damage the self-rater.
Yeah, without a doubt, any of that stuff is possible. As I imagine we're going to see a lot of carnage in this one, as we would if Copperhead and Gigabyte got a rematch with each other in this bounty and stuff. So yeah, lots
Yeah.
of stuff to consider in this one. Lots of cautions for either machine if these two were to meet here in this final. Also,
Yeah, Gigabyte's not coming out of that unscathed if it does win.
yeah.
Like both bots are going to be heavily damaged in this fight.
Yeah.
Like this will be like the ultimate fight of like just debris everywhere, and both bots like just struggling to live.
Yeah, without a
It's
doubt.
a good way to end. Good way to end the 2020 season, since it airs after the finale.
Oh, yes, it would.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is just like whoever faces Sal, that's the last BattleBots fight of the season. So
Yeah, this would be a great
hopefully
way
it
to
goes
close
with a
out
bang.
the season.
Yeah.
So yeah, should we vote on the last fight of the season? On what we think is the last fight of the season?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think because of its advantage over horizontals, I'm gonna pick Gigabyte. I think SOW is gonna have even if SOW like removes the self-right mechanism, I think SOW will have a lot of trouble with flipping Gigabyte here. And I think it'll help Gigabyte and lead them to victory.
The one that's not the dome.
Okay. So you're voting Copperhead then? Because you said the one that's not the dome. But yeah, it's quite clear he's going to vote Son of Waiachi, but he's clearly freaking out over in the back.
Who's freaking out?
The person who said he voted Copperhead.
I'm chilling right now. Tantrums in the quarterfinals. I'm a freaking Chad.
So is Black Dragon.
Yeah, well, Black Dragon's going to lose to Ribot.
That's true. He's right.
We'll see.
Yeah, we will.
So, Pory, you're the deciding vote. Who wins, Gigabyte or SOW?
Gigabyte.
All right, the winner of this bounty is Gigabyte. So, as of for these two, we picked Valkyrie and Gigabyte to have managed to make it to the legend and managed to win the legend to win their share or total of $25,000 here. So we'll get to see a bunch of great battles in these two bounties here. Now, don't forget, as I've said before, the Witch Doctor bounty comes out on March 11th, and which will be, of course, within 7 days. Is less than 7 days as of when this podcast is recorded. Then the SOW bounty will be coming out the week after the Witch Doctor bounty here. Yeah. So clearly there'll be lots of great fights, lots of great action in both of those bounties. I'm looking forward to all of it and stuff. I can't wait for all of these to come out, as I can't wait to see all this action.
Yeah.
So yeah, anything else about either of these two brackets that you guys want to mention?
Big deal.
Of course. So thank you for watching this video. Thanks for co-hosting Pory and Civilian, even though it looks like you spent 2/3 of this podcast laughing and your butts off and stuff. So
Yep.
yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I will hopefully see you for the next podcast.
Subscribe to Big Deal.
Yeah, subscribe.
Well done.